Hello and thank you for watching. My name is Merginator and this is the pros and cons of the BMW M8 GTE brand new car that we got for free in the December update here on Forza Motorsport 7. Okay, pros. It's a very stable car to use, especially when paired with the stability assist. This is the best way to drive this car if you need to use an assist. The stability control is the only assist I use, primarily on every car, but I highly recommend it on this car. The car is easy to use for noobs, as well as veterans. I have seen some impressive times on the track with this car. Another pro, this car is a great beginner car on the track and off the track. What I mean by that is, this car is fairly simple to tune. I am no GTR, Joule DT, or JSR Craviator, but the tune I created is actually fun to drive and semi-competitive on the course. And I am just completely awful at tuning, so it's just exciting to build my own car, race it, and actually enjoy it. Another pro, an up-to-date race car. The BMW M8 GTE was unleashed onto the track earlier in 2018. Only months later, we can now drive it on Forza Motorsport 7 for free, and that's just awesome. To me, that's definitely a pro. Another pro is wide body. This car is huge. I mean, it's wide. It's probably maybe just a little bit bigger than the M6, and having this wide body is amazing for defending, not blocking, the road on tighter courses. Use this to your advantage on Long Beach, Virginia International Raceway, and other tracks with narrow areas. Alright, now let's move on to the cons of this car. The sound of this car is rather off-putting. It has a whiny turbo that is wildly annoying. And you know, some of the races you'll be in on the Endurance Forza GT hopper, they can go from 20 to 30 minutes long, and just hearing that turbo the entire time is just, after a while, it's just numbing. The sound of the car itself is below average, I think. I don't know exactly what the M8 GTE sounds like in real life, but it just sounds, it's very off-putting. Another con, the car has no strengths in terms of performance. While it is easy to drive, it seems to lack any, like a true top speed like the Audi or the Lamborghini, or grip like the Z4 BMW, or let's say the Porsche or Ford GT. So comparing certain Forza GT race cars to this car, I'd say it has no strengths unless you just count the big ass on it for defending and using that to your advantage. That's probably the best strength, is it's just super wide. It's definitely the widest car on the track. Another con is, while the car is easy to use, it is very tough to master, and that's for myself anyways. I have yet to win a race in this car. I've had a couple podiums online, but I honestly think that was just luck due to the racing circumstances, whether it be wrecks or lag-outs. I seem to be placing, I've had like 1 or 2 podiums. I think I've finished 4th place twice, and a couple of top 10s. But I am having a really hard time actually being competitive on the podium and being competitive for a win. So I don't know if you guys are having this issue or not, but it just seems to be the jack of all trades and the master of none. Another con I have for this car is the traction control system, the TCS. It is god-awful. It bogs down the car so much, and it is just impossible to use. I used it for one race, and I ended up quitting due to how bad the experience was. I was only 2 laps in, and I was last place and seconds behind everyone. I don't use traction control much at all anymore unless I'm using some sort of ridiculous speed tune on a super lightweight car. I primarily stick with the stability control. So using traction control on this car, I had it on accident. But it was actually a good accident because I just found out how bad the traction control was on this vehicle. It's really touchy. The slightest spin or touch on a curb, any turn really, causes the power to just deflate, leaving you behind the other drivers. And to me, it's probably the worst car to use in the game with traction control on. So I highly recommend not using traction control. Have you driven the BMW M8 GTE yet? If you have, do you like it? Do you dislike it? What are your pros and cons about the car? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.